Hey, before we get started, and before I open up the trading room here, I want to remind everybody that we have our 14-day, $14 VIP Fast Start program. That's a buck a day. You'll receive trading alerts every trade that I take, the options that I take, the month strike price. You'll receive all that. Hey, also keep a heads up. We have a special coming. It should be out in the next day or two, where if you buy a month membership, you get a month free. If you buy a quarterly, you get 2 months free. If you buy a semi-annual, you get 3 months free. And if you buy an annual, you get 4 months free. All this comes with 2 hours of private coaching. Okay. So let's get all buckled into our seat here and let's get going. All righty. Let's get this opened up. There we are. Let me open up the trading room and we'll start going here. There we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. How the heck are we? Let's see here. There we go. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Hello, Mike, Daryl, Tammy, Gold, Gary, BW, Rally. It's the names I can see right there. Happy Friday to everybody. It is December 19th. December 19th, 2025, by the way. Hello, Mike. How's it going for you? Pretty good, I hope. Pretty good. Hey, I've got Merck up here on the chart. That's an awfully nice chart. It was sent to me by a good friend. And that is a beautiful art right in there. We've got the 50% retracement, rebound back up in this case. We're coming out of a very nice bottom here. We've recently crossed the 50 period moving average and the 200 period moving average as well. I think it's setting up pretty nice. Let's take a look at the weekly here. Look at that weekly. I mean, we're about ready to break out. And when we do, I mean, there's some good upside here to it. So let's keep an eye on Merck. I think that's right at the top of the list there. Okay. So, hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody over here? Thanks for logging in through YouTube, Facebook, or X, wherever you're logging in from. Make sure that you reach down, give a thumbs up. That's very helpful for the channel. Leave a comment, and to get alerted if you're watching this video later, like an hour later, to be alerted to be here live to ask your question live and get an answer. Make sure, like on YouTube, you subscribe and make sure you hit that bell, and you will be notified when we go live here. Okay. Outside of that, we go live Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. All righty. All right, let's get going here. Anyway, I like this. I like this Merck. I like this an awful lot. I see buying this today. I see buying this today, assuming the volatility doesn't get crazy. We've got triple witching going on today, so it could make the market a little wacko. It really, really could. That's very possible. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I think Merck is set up quite nice. Here, let's run through a few things here before I get started. Take a look at ETHA. Again, I'm just going from the top. It's not that this is any, it's just a list of stocks I look at in the morning and maybe I peek at midday, things like that. I don't, there's no particularly order here. All right. So ETHA, I'm actually already in this. If we start bringing up to the upside, I'll probably add to it. And I'm looking for the target up here around that 50% retracement area, around $28.20. It's going to have it's got to chew through some problems here. Not problems, speed bumps. It's got to chew through the 50 period moving average, this high over here, and then we'll get there. Take a look at IBIT. That's on there. I'm not in IBIT. However, I'm very interested in buying it, but I need a good buy signal. So I'm kind of waiting on that. And, whenever I buy, I post out there to members when I buy. So keep that in mind. Take FNGU here. This has not been very kind to us. Unfortunately, the big tech kind of rules the roost. And, you hear all the financial stations talking about a broadening out in the market. I don't care how broad the market gets, it will never be what this big tech is. Big tech is so massive that the market can't broaden out enough. But it does help if the market's broad a little bit, and then we start getting some big tech in there. We could have a pretty nice rally there. So FNGU is not doing any help. Take a look at COPX copper. That's a buy right now. That's a beautiful chart. Nice little 3-8 trap. Where's my? Oh, there it is. Thought I lost it. It's kind of hidden here. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Our trend indicator is absolutely beautiful green, a nice angle. Everything's working good. You can see that price has gone up, and then we've pretty much gone flat right through there. Well, now we're trying to break out here. Looks absolutely amazing. Great looking chart, 3-8 trap. Take a look at PLTR. I'm still holding PTIR, the single stock ETF on this. And this thing just, I mean, that's a great looking chart. Here we've rallied up. We've just gone sideways. You can see the green dots here working very well. The trend, we're holding the 50-period moving average. Just waiting for that breakout. Whoops. There we go. Waiting for that breakout here. We get that breakout. Next target up is around 199.60 up here. And then let's see if we can't reach up and grab those tops, okay? Go PLTR. Another one that I'm in is Meta. Well, I'm actually not in Meta, but you can see Meta here is working. We've got a nice gap up, and then we've pulled back here. We're actually making a little cup and handle here. Little cup, and there's a nice little handle right there. The one I'm in is METU, and I'm looking for that one to get back up there to that 36, and then we'll reevaluate at that level right there. So far, that's working out pretty good. Hey, let's take a look at some Oracle. Look at Oracle. I'm very interested in buying some Oracle. So I'll be watching that very, very closely here and wait for that buy signal. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is throw an alert on this and just be alerted. I'm not sure if this is where the buy signal is going to be, but I want to be alerted around this area right here. So we'll do that. And then we'll, look at that chart again. So let's keep an eye on that Oracle. If we take a look at it, let me kind of fix this. And let's do this. Come up to this high, come down to this low. I'm going to come down to this. No, we'll stay there. I like that. We're going to go right there. Okay. So Oracle here, when we get past this box right there, the upper end, this is the bottoming construction area. When we get past that, then I see no reason why we can't get to that 50-period moving average. And then the 50% retracement back up is around this $260 mark right in there. So Oracle is one to keep an eye on. Hey, take a look at ON. ON might be setting up. This is a nice little, what I call a gap and trap, just, a big thrust up and then sideways here. Nice flag on ON. So I've got my eyes on here. Make sure that's flagged. Here's a Sweet Green. Sweet Green has just crossed over the 50-period moving average. This is a rounded bottom breakout here. And on a rounded bottom breakout, there's two main targets that we look for, and that's going to be the dotted deuce or modified 200, and then the 200-period moving average up here. I'm actually going to take this down. There we go. We're going to put another one up there. I'm going to take this high right over here and go down. There we go. So along with those targets, another nice target that I would really like to look at is right there around $11. Okay. So, yeah, we start breaking out of that $8 range, man. I think it's in the cards to get 940 and then up here around 1090, and then we'll worry about the 200 up there when that time comes. But Sweet Green looks pretty good here. How about some BMY? BMY is trending up very nice. We've already passed that 50% retracement area. Hey, we're moving up. Looks good. You know, I'm getting sidetracked here, and I forgot to finish everything over here. NVIDIA. I better go look at NVIDIA, hadn't I? NVIDIA, big player, hasn't shown any reason to be a buyer yet. None whatsoever. This is not a buy signal. I don't care if it's got a double bottom. It's still in a downtrend. So let's wait for the buy signal. Trade smart. Follow the price on the way up. Take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft might be trying to get going here. It just might. I'll be more of a believer when we get through 492.50 right here. Now, I don't particularly think anyone needs to be in this early. I really don't, because Microsoft has the juice to go higher when it's time for it to go higher. And you know, thinking that, hey man, I'm going to catch some Microsoft now because it's going to go higher. You know, there's a lot of overhead resistance right now, and it may get a little pop and get smacked and come right back down. It's not worth the trade. There's not enough money in it, in my opinion. But when it's ready, it'll be ready. And when it's ready, then we can come up and take some of these tops out. And that's where the real money is made. So let's be patient, walk softly, watch for that good setup. SMH, nothing there. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. No reason to be a buyer. And I don't really think there's a reason to be short on it either. Not right now. Not enough information here. Tesla's bullish, still headed up higher, I think. Nice bullish trend. Recently crossed that 50 period moving average. Pretty simple chart, really. Just follow price and follow the trend. Traders that tend to trade best, in one way or another, they follow price and trend. And, you know, everyone might do it a little bit different. You might, you know, yeah, they just might do it differently. But when you dig into what they're doing, you dig in, you know, you talk to them, you find out what they're doing. A couple of things that successful traders have is they follow trend, and how they build their trend could be very different the way I build my trend, but they still follow trend. And there you go. You've got price trending, the 8 EME trending, and you've got the trendicator trending. And then they look for those entries, whether the entries are, say, on pullbacks or breakouts or in between. All right there is where they're looking for those entries. You'll find successful traders are all doing the same thing. It just might be tweaked a little different for their particular trading. Take a look at MAGS. You know what? I'm impressed. MAGS is trying to come up. This is big for the market. This could be very big. Like I said, the broader market, I don't care how broad that market gets bullish, it will never be as big as the MAGS or FNGU. It's just not going to be that way. So when we start seeing things like the MAGS popping up, we could be starting something here. We could be starting a little turn to the upside since we've been down. So keep an eye on this chart right here. And if it starts showing strength, we could have something coming. XLK, sure, no signs in that, is there? There is nothing bullish about XLK. And I don't think I would be short unless we cross down through that diagonal line right there. Amazon. Amazon might be trying. If it gets over the 50 period moving average, I would take it a little serious. Actually, if it gets over this high, I would take it a little serious. Actually, let's do this. If it gets over that 50% retracement line, I would take it a little serious. From where we are now, about there, up, that's only 3%. Look, that's not enough to wet your whistle with, you know, so don't rush in, be careful, let the bulls prove to you that it's worth, that they're after it. And if we do cross this line right here, then what we're going to have is a low, high, higher low, and we'll be at that breakout point for that higher high there. So yeah, I'm liking Amazon. I am currently holding AMZU on this. XLE, nothing there. Google, Google needs to cross up the T line and the dots, turn them green, maybe break out of that trend line up there. XLF, rocking, beautiful chart. Very nice, bullish move to the upside, good pullback, 3/8 trap. XLY, that's working perfectly fine. Transports, let's see what transports do today. Here, pre-market, not doing very well, not giving us a good sign, that's for sure. But, we might pop up today. Overall, I love the chart. We've got this big move up, what I call a gap and trap. We're not really in the trap area now. Trap would mean that it's in a buying area, and this is not in a buying area right now. But I'd keep my eye on it today. Let's see what happens to it. RSP, I think, is still holding up. This is a little bit of your broader market, maybe eliminating some of that big tech. That is holding up quite well, still looking bullish. And then, Apple here. I've got my eyeballs on Apple because we're sitting at the 50-period moving average, and that can often create buying in there. It can draw those buyers in, and if it draws those buyers in, we might start moving up, and Apple just might be a nice trade here on some good bullish activity. Okay, hey, remember again, today is where we've got options expiration, quadruple witching. So there's going to be some volatility today. It's just all there is to it. And, be careful trading. Be careful trading. Let's see. There's a couple here. Oh, here's another nice chart. MNST. I think this is a nice chart setting up. MNST. Nice trend. You can see the green dots trending well. We did pull back right here, which was very good for the chart. And now we've rallied up. So we've gone from a low to a high to a higher low, bullish engulf. And it looks like we're right on the cusp of breaking out here. Nice little J hook setting up. So let's keep an eye on that. I think a lot of people might be watching MU. MU's a buy. It's a 3/8 trap right now. Stop would be simple. Trend indicator. Those dots turn red. You don't want it because that means it's not ready to go up. It's pretty simple. And as long as they stay green, this just might be a buy right in here. Okay. Starbucks. Starbucks. Look at that nice gap. We're at above the 200. Nice little consolidation here on the right. There's an awful lot of charts out there that look really, really good. A couple of things we want to do. We want to make sure the market's on our side. We want to make sure that the VIX is not rising. And then, it's good to trade. So we want to watch all that. All right. Let's see here. What are some things you guys have out here? Oh, man, I see some. Thanks for posting. Let's see here. Good morning, Daryl. Thoughts on where you would start your top level to draw your lines on CPRT. CPRT. Whoops. CPRT. There we go. It has been down a long time. Many retracement levels on the way down. Yeah. Good question. So here's the thing. Let's delete that one. So let's come up to this high way over here. And then, that seems like the place to go. But I've got to ask myself, is that realistic for me? I mean, if you're willing to trade this a little bit longer term, because even if the 50% retracement is right here, and that's the sweet spot, that's the sweet spot I'm looking for. One has to consider, well, how long are you seriously willing to trade that? And that's almost 29%. And if you're willing to trade that and live with pullbacks, because it's not going to be just bullish, 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 bullish all the way up. It's not going to happen. So for me, I look at that, and that's just unrealistic for me personally. It's just not, if it was what I would call a champion stock, I might do that. Take a Netflix. I'm interested in buying Netflix. See, I could do that with Netflix because I would buy leaps on it and then, be a little longer term. Microsoft, things like that. But for this, probably not going to put this in what I would call a champion stock category. So let's drive it down. This is more of a trading stock. So I'm going to come over here to this high right in there. And then I'm going to drop that right there, that 50% retracement. And now that is realistic. Make sure that's pretty. Yeah. That's very realistic for me to trade. So from this level here up, we're looking at 11, maybe 12% right there. We're going to have to get through the construction area, and that's right there. So break out of that construction area, which would be breaking out of that 50 period moving average. You do that, then I think that's a slam dunk. So I think that's a nice trade right through there. And then as it does that, you can always come back up and adjust it up higher, and you get those levels in there. Thanks, Daryl. Great question. Appreciate it. Hey, Joe, SATS, SATS. Whoa, let's flag that. Look at that chart. Look at that thing come right off that 50 period moving average, pop up, consolidate, 3-8 trap. That's a buy right now. Yeah, like you say, might be worth watching. Absolutely. I think that's a fantastic chart. Thank you. Hey, good morning, S. IAU. IAU is holding up. Am I holding? I've got I've got IAG, I guess. There it is. Yeah, I've got IAG, but look at IAU. Nice move up. There's your consolidation. Some of you are familiar with a pop out of the box. Nice tight consolidation right there. Anywhere in that box is a buy on, candle of your choosing. And then also the breakout is a buy on this. Beautiful chart. Let's see. Good morning. Looking at Microsoft today. Okay, let's go look. Yeah, Microsoft. Again, I would want to be trading 101. All right, trading 101. Low, high, higher, low. We need to break out of that first high. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That becomes the buyable bottom right in there. That's what I would look at. 492, we'll call it 50. That's what I would look at. But I absolutely get it, buying in here. Just keep that stop, because what you don't want is that downtrend to continue. Yeah. So there's my thoughts on Microsoft. Good morning from YouTube. Hello, Coach. Take a look at Lunar. Yeah, look at Lunar go. Nice. So Lunar popping up. There's low, high. We're trying to make that higher high. Lunar's moving up here. Lunar gets through. Yeah, Lunar gets through 12. Well, here, let's just move it there, I guess. Lunar gets through that 1350, 55 area. There's the 50% retracement right there. What did I take that from? Let's look at the weekly chart. Oh, yeah. From these highs here. Yeah. Lunar looks good. And look at that right through here. Man, we get through that area there, then Lunar's got 50, 60% move coming. So Lunar is not just looking good today, but it looks good for the future. So one to definitely keep on that watch list for the future as well. Yeah. Let's see. Good morning. It was in my feed today. Maybe those couple of days were one off. Okay. Thanks, Ed. Appreciate that. Hey, remember everybody, if you're on YouTube right now, just reach down and click that like button, thumbs up, subscribe. If you need to subscribe, make sure you hit that bell so you are alerted when we go live. Okay. All righty. I've got some more trades if you guys want to look at them. And if you have any more, throw them out there. Take CNC. Look at CNC here setting up. So this is what I have for a trade box on CNC. There's the 50% retracement area. And you can see how it's been trending up. Watching for that, a reasonably good buy signal in here. And it may be right now to pick up some more CNC. We've had that. I closed it out. I've made great money on CNC. So I think timing is an issue, and we might be getting very, very close to that buy timing right now. Hey, Mike, you're looking at JCI. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Popped up. Here we're pulling back, rising 50 period moving average. Overall, we're moving up, a little sloppy on the candles, but moving up. Price, T-line, trend indicator, looking great. Hey, good morning, Sharon. How you doing? TWO, big move. Probably one on my watch list. Probably not one I would be buying today. I'm going to flag that. That's very nice. I wouldn't be buying it today because I think it's a little stretched out. So for me, I have missed the current trade. So what I'm going to wait for is some consolidation. I'm going to go over here and peek at the weekly. Wow, this is kind of, I'm going to not do it there. Well, we'll go here, right? And then we're going to go down to those lows. Yeah, I think that's good right there. Yeah, that's good right there. So right now, there we go. So right now, I think we need to consolidate a little bit. You know, I'm going to put another one just to see what this looks like right there. There we go. I'm going to use two. There we go. So 50% retracement from this little high over here on the left to the bottom is right here. What is that? 1180. So we might sneak up there, but from there, watch for that pullback here. Let's do this. Let's put a line right there at 1118. If we sneak up there, we come back and pull back, that might be a nice buying area right in here. And that could take us right up higher and break out. That is a very nice chart. Thank you for finding it, and thank you for sharing it. Appreciate it. Hello, Mr. Dave Thomas. You're looking at some Rivian? Yeah, Rivian is trying to break out here. Rivian has been, I mean, it's been a real dynamo, hasn't it? I mean, it really has. If you're looking at buying it, real simple. Right there is what I'd put for my stop, is about that 1960. Anything below that, I wouldn't want it because it may want to come back and give up a little bit. That tweezer top still concerns me. Even though we've broken out, we want to make sure that breakout stays there. The tweezer top might linger for a day or two. So careful with that. All right. Let's see. Anything else here? Nope. My list. Take a look at Citi. Citi is holding up very well. Bill, BILL, too many L's. There we go. Take a look at Bill here. Nice trend. Price is up. We're pulling back. Buying opportunity and inside day right now. Yeah, that looks good. Sharon, thank you very much for remembering that. I forgot about it. I saw that. CRWV, for those, I didn't even see that last night. I at the close, I didn't even notice what this was doing last night. And after, way late last night, I saw it and I thought, whoa, look at that. How did I miss that? So you're right. CRWV just might be ready to turn around here. So I may be looking at adding to this today. Very possible. Very possible. Yeah. Again, today we're gonna, with the quad witching, it's probably going to create some volatility that is just not going to be fun. Most of this week has not been fun, and today might not be fun either. But we get through this, then next week gets here. Now, next week we're starting to tap into a little bit of that Santa Claus rally. We're getting late in December, and that's when the Santa Claus rally starts, if there's going to be one. So we might start getting into that. So be prepared, be prepared. Keep some powder dry. Hey, Mr. Goodson, how you doing? AMAT? How would I draw retracement lines on AMAT? Well, let's take a look at that. Okay, let's do this. Normally, almost every one, I use this right here, almost every one, compared to the other one that I use. And this is just Fibonacci retracement. Well, this one, I'm going to come over here and use the Fibonacci projection line. It's set up the exact same way, same numbers. So I'm going to take this bottom right here and go up to this top right there and take this little tail and bring it right up there, just like that. So we're taking that move right in there. You know what? I might do this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go from this low here. Low, high, boom. There's where we found it. Here we move up. There's that 50% area right there. So that is a target. And then the next target up that I'm going to look at is right here. Okay. Now, this is the 75. The middle one is the 61.8. So, target wise, what I'm going to look for is to move up. You're probably going to get some consolidation, and it may not move up all in one whack. We start to break out. There's your 61.8. You could see a little consolidation, and then let's look for that 75 right there. Okay. That's nice. AMAT. Very nice spot. Nice setup. Yeah, very nice. Interesting. Okay. Where am I? Well, I think that's all I have there. If anyone doesn't have anything else, we can call this a day, call it a morning. I want to say thank you. I do want to remind everybody out there that if you're not a member, we've got 14 days, $14, $1 a day. Learn about our flagship strategies, receive trade alerts. And by the way, do you know that if you take the $14 trial, do you know that you actually get trade alerts for 21 days? Just saying, little unknown secret out there, but you do. All righty, you guys take care. Members, I'll see you in the trading room in about 25, 30 minutes, okay? Thank you, everybody, for being here, and happy Friday to you. Good day.